Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 30 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, David White. And before we get to the episode, I do have a little bit of an apology to make. The audio in this episode is not quite up to par with our usual audio, and that is largely my fault. I was messing with my computer, messing with some sound settings and things, and I had totally forgotten about it. And then we recorded a few days later, and while I had my headphones plugged into the microphone system and everybody sounded great, we were actually recording with the microphone on my Mac laptop. So, I have gone through, I've edited it, I've made it sound as good as I really can, but it's still not quite going to be great audio quality. Thankfully, this was the first recording in a session, and Jaime and Zach were looking at the screen while we were playing, and they were like, hey, those audio levels don't look right. So thank you to Zach and Jaime for catching that, and so we didn't record the last 3 episodes of season 1 with this type of audio quality. Of course, we thought about going back and re-recording this episode, but we all felt that would be disgenuine, and This episode has a really good energy to it. I didn't think we'd be able to capture that energy again, so we went with it. The audio has been edited as much as it can be, but I just wanted to let you know that before going in. And remember, if you haven't pledged on Patreon yet, we still are wanting to record Misconceptions all together rather than on Skype. Jaime is going to be moving at the end of the summer, in just like a month and a half. Ooh, that's scary. So we need your help to keep Misconceptions going, to keep our audio quality great, our interactions great. We thank you for listening to the show, and we hope that you share in our vision for keeping this show going and keeping it as good as it can be. And along those same lines, we are going to be adding a new reward to the $10 a month level, and it's going to be titled, Whose Mist Is It Anyways? Of course, this is a riff on Whose Line Is It Anyways? But what this is going to be is if you pledge at the $10 a month level, you can send us an email with a short, very brief description of a scene, maybe a few characters, maybe like who you want to see acting out the characters. I don't know. But then we will take that scene and we will improv it to its hilarious conclusion. We already have an example of Whose Mist Is It Anyways, and so you can go to our Facebook or our YouTube to kind of check that out and see exactly what you would be getting with this Whose Mist Is It Anyways award. That should be fun, and I'm very excited to see what some of you can come up with. Now, on to shoutouts. Our Patreon shout-out this week goes to Chris Gregg. Chris contacted us on YouTube. He had some very kind words to say to us on episode 29. So Chris, thank you for interacting with us, and thank you for wanting to keep this show going. You appreciate that we have this passion. We appreciate that you have a passion about us. So thank you, Chris. And then a shout-out to our new iTunes reviewer, A Literal Egg. Egg, thank you very much for your honest review of our show. And with all the announcements out of the way, let us get to the show.
Oh God, have I been shot? Shoot, where? Deacon, oh God, it hurts. They told me I was supposed to be the mayor. Is this how I die?
Wait, I did springs on my feet.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, guys. I'm just kidding.
Team player here, Bill.
What do you want me to do? So, I mean, I don't...
My notes from last week say, Ren shoots, Wolfman can't avoid. Ren gets stabbed. Bill does great.
You got pretty messed up, man.
I
got
have...
screwed up.
We go to the SUV, Wolf Wizard thrown off the room.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote it.
I think.
And before that I have that he gave me an ancient coin. He owed my dad favors. Says this will fix the bar if I use this.
Oh, that's really cold.
Alright, so the opening shot of this episode, the camera is panning up the street. We see very nice cars and vehicles parked along both sides of the road. Very nice buildings on the other side, hotels, convention centers. The cement is slick with rain. We hear the rolls of thunder from somewhere in the distance. And as the camera moves in, it starts to pan up. Pans up the side of this building. And we see all the different floors and all of that. We see dark clouds up in the sky above the roof. And then there is a clap of thunder, the flash of lightning, and we see 4 figures flung out over the side of the lip of this building and then start plummeting down to the street below. All 4 of you roll a face the danger or prepare yourselves to hit the concrete.
Can we scream, ah?
Yeah.
Can I react before it happens?
You do a...
Wait, I need to scream in Australian. Oh, dang, that was a nice roll.
Okay, so wait, what are you doing?
Oh, good point.
What tag do you get?
Good point. Sorry, okay. I got ahead of myself. I really don't have... Oh, I guess the things that I created would be useful.
Yes.
Because I would just use
You
tattoo
did create
manipulation.
them. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and use the
I'll just,
tattoo.
that's really all I think would work.
Okay.
Unless I reversed blunt force charm now. That wouldn't work. Yeah, so just tattoo manipulation. And then I got a total of 10.
10? Okay. Who's next?
Esther. I will use my... I don't know, but inspire calm, maybe, like, in this moment, maybe the ring can sense, like high blood pressure or something, like,
Okay.
biological going on, and so it's like...
It could slow you down, calm yourself down so you could assess the situation
Right.
better. Okay.
And I don't really think I have anything else.
Okay.
Except for react before it happens, but I don't think that would work here.
It has happened.
6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
So you react before it...
Yeah.
I'm
There you
gonna
go.
use plant growth to just catch myself before I fall. But even with that tag, I rolled a 6.
6? Dang. Okay. Rin.
He's like, he was really hoping we were all going to live through this, but so far we are dead.
I got a 5, but I'm going to use scanner vision to see the...
Alright, you have to say what tags you're using before you roll.
I think scanner vision will make sense in this.
Okay, but keep going.
Assessing things.
So
I'm
you
assessing the situation, and there happens to be a mattress.
Uh-huh.
A mattress truck that I machine possess.
Mm-hmm.
Mattress truck. You can't even...
Keep going.
That I land on softly.
Okay.
Couldn't you like change the game and make it to where there's a mattress below
He
him?
could roll and change the game.
We
But,
could fall into a mattress. We're gonna do it. I'm just kidding.
So that places me at a 7.
okay. Alright, so the 4 of you start plummeting down towards the cement. Bill, you get your feet underneath you. The springs that you created not but a few minutes ago come out from underneath your feet, plant themselves firmly on the ground. You feel your knees kind of buckle underneath your weight, but then the springs push you up, and you kind of you jump, and you trip over yourself and fall into some bushes. It's not enough to hurt you or deal any damage, But I mean, you just fell like 30 feet, caught yourself on your springs, and bounded to safety. But then, still a lot of momentum carried you into the bushes. Rin, you are falling. You activate your scanner vision. All these mathematical computations, the geometry things flash in front of your eyes. We see it from your perspective. You know, the blue light of your visor and all these different equations and probabilities and things. A mattress truck happens to be driving by. You plot your course to fall into the mattress truck. So you reach out with your hands and try to grab onto this street lamp overhanging. You grab onto it, but you didn't take into account the rain and how slick this is. So as you try to carry your momentum over the hood of the van and into the mattress truck, you just kind of slip, and instead of going in this parabolic arc, you just go straight into the side of the truck, and you hit it, and then fall to the ground. You take a bashed 2 status.
Good.
That's not that bad.
Does it just step him up 2 points?
Yeah, so it would go up 2 ticks.
2 ticks, yeah. That's not too bad. I think
Whatever you're
Still under 4.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then Faye and Esther.
He said it even in a way of like...
Esther, you exert your calm over yourself. You try to still your nerves, but as you do, the image of Carmine flashes in your head. An image of your dad flashes in your head. Questions of who Carmine was, how he knew your father, what is his connection to the bar, and what the strange metallic coin that he gave you, what it all means. You're so distracted. You see Ren try to grab a street light and propel himself, which doesn't work, but it does keep him from falling straight down. You try to do the same thing, but you come down on it, and the bar catches you in between your rib and your right arm. You feel a crunch, and you slip and fall, and you crash. Your backside lands on the hood of a car. You take a broken 3 status. Faye, you try to conjure up plants, but it's concrete. You can't muster anything. You try to reach out for the plant that you had made to propel yourself up the hallway or whatever. It crashes through a window and reaches out for you, and your fingers like brush the stem of the top of it, but it just kind of twists you around, and you fall into the cement next to where Esther landed. Actually, let's say you like hit the top of that car and then slide off to the concrete. You also take a broken 3 status. So you all boom, 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 crash to varying degrees of success to the ground beneath you. Bill, as you pull yourself out from the bushes and kind of dust yourself off, you're like, hey, that wasn't too bad. You look up to the roof and you see this flash of light and a clap of thunder, but it's not coming from the sky, just coming from the top of the roof. And then you see your 3 compatriots strewn about the street side.
Are we like unconscious or just disoriented?
No,
or
you hurt a lot, but a 5 is when you lose consciousness.
Okay.
I feel like I should call an ambulance. Like,
the convention center,
messed up.
the William H. What do we call it? Is it William H. White Convention
Yes.
Center? Is right behind you. So this whole scene is very frantic. People are running, getting in cars, driving away. The police are driving up. Things like that.
Do I have that mob surgeon's phone number?
No, that was Linda Lockwood's contact.
Can I call Linda Lockwood on the phone?
Sure. Do y'all have it?
I think so.
Right.
I would hope we did by now.
Rin
Ren
definitely,
definitely does.
He's got a fake
But
number.
Ren is
I
lying
feel
prostrate
like
on
Rin
the
has it,
asphalt.
but she doesn't know that Rin has it. Like, she didn't give it to Rin.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you have
Beep,
it.
boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop.
Here you go.
Linda Lockwood.
Okay. Hello, you've reached the voicemail of Linda Lockwood. whatever you want to say it quick because I got.
All right. Where did we park?
I believe once you dropped him off, where did you go? Did you go around to the service entrance, or did you park on the road?
I was parked by the service entrance.
Okay, so that's where you are. You're in the back.
So we're close
kind
to
of
the
like
car?
the loading ramp. No, y'all are. Let's say you're on the east side. You parked on the south side of the building.
All right, I'm gonna walk around and like see if anyone is good to walk at all.
Okay.
Can I help you? Can't you see that I just crashed into a car?
Can you stand up?
Probably.
Can you try to stand up?
Rolls off the car. Lands on the ground. Oh. Yep. Standing up now.
All right. So I'm gonna go over to
Thanks, Faye.
Faye.
It's nice to meet you.
A year and a half later, Bill finally learns his team's name at the end of season 1. The end.
That's what he was doing.
Actually, it's not there. So yeah. Thank you. Hey, Faye. Faye,
Yes.
how you feeling?
Gosh.
It's a stupid question.
What the heck just happened? Esther. It hurts to take a deep breath. Okay. Well, we're going to need to work on that. Bill, what's happening on the roof? You have to get back up there.
There was a bright light flashed, and I don't know if
Yeah,
going
that's
back
called
up there
lightning,
would be-
idiot.
No, I know what lightning is. I don't want to get thrown off the roof again.
Well, you already have the
Springs.
thanks. Just find out what's going on.
Okay.
Can I, like, him up?
With the beanstalk, checking the beanstalk? Sure. So the beanstalk kind of reaches down.
Before the beanstalk. Ray, go grab the car. And then
Okay, so as he's being lifted up, he's pointing down at you. Get the car! Okay.
Ren grabs his gun and just uses it as a crack.
Okay, so the beanstalk pulls you in through the window that it shattered, and then back up the shaft. Deposits you right where it deposited Faye and Esther. Tower shield. You burst out the door. No one is up here.
That's what I figured. Oh, all right then. Is the beanstalk still there?
Yeah, still there.
Wonder if I should climb down it or just go the easy way. Not climbing down it.
Okay, so you climb down. It's actually going to wrap itself back around you and just carry you down to the floor.
All right. Whatever.
Protesting all the way.
I'm a grown man. I can climb down a beanstalk.
Esther is like sitting up very slowly, trying to breathe.
Esther, I think we're in the middle of the street. I think we have to move. Also, is the person who's in the car we just hit ever going to come out and check on us, or are they just going to chill in the car?
Oh, there's no one in the car. This was a car that was parked on the side of the road.
Gotcha.
What a jerk. He's just like...
Retract my statement.
Hey, can you get off my car, please?
he just like squirts the windshield wiper.
Is Bill back down now?
Yeah. And Rin, do you want to have pulled around the car at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Bill is walking out, the SUV is. I would assume that's how Rin's coming out.
Esther's gonna, Bill, I'm gonna teach you to put my shoulder back in place. Because I just assumed that he's the one in the group that would be able to do that.
All right. You're going to want to look away and... anyone have something she could bite on? Like a breast strap or something?
Fine.
All right. I'm going to do it on 3. 1.
You said you were gonna go on 3.
Yep, that's the trick. Can you move it?
Yep. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna just help her up, even if she doesn't want it. She's like, all right, come on, let's go. And are you good to walk, Faye?
I don't know. It just says broken.
That's
do you
what-
just
yeah.
want me to like interpret my injury, or do you
Just
guys-
be broken.
Faye
So-
is broken.
There are varying degrees of broken. I mean, if you were 5 broken, that is like, well, 6 would be irreparable damage, but 5 is like you need a hospital. So you're at a 3. So what? I mean, I explained how it landed, but how do you want to interpret it? It doesn't even have to be that anything is broken. I mean, Carrie
Yeah.
roleplayed that, but it's just like, I mean, you're hurt.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say that as Faye landed, she was working on the vines and she did the like classic land on foot roll thing. So it was pretty gruesome, but she didn't break anything because her ankle just kind of rolled into the absorption. So she doesn't know how badly she's injured until she tries to stand up. And as she gets up and tries to put weight on that foot, she can't. And reaches out for anything. Is there anyone to her left? Because you're with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe there's a dumpster there. We're like here in alley.
I mean, you're next.
He's in the car.
Yeah,
You're in the car.
Yeah, we're in the car.
Okay, so Faye just like reaches out, completely tumbles back down,
Oh, God.
gets back up. I'm fine. I just.
Bill, go help her.
I'm fine.
Ren rolls down the window. Hey, Faye, you good?
Don't be
I
a
hate
jackass.
you, Ren. I hate you with my whole being. And she like gets herself up and like hobbles over.
Well, that's good. Rolls out the window.
Oh my gosh, I can't even.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna help whoever needs help. Like, we'll just say that that's what happens.
Okay.
Help get people in the vehicle.
You're just like dancing behind us.
Trying to put us back together.
I didn't know you were all riffs of Humpty Dumpty.
I look like I'm on Overcooked. Just
Chopping something over here. Okay. You managed to get everybody in the SUV. Rin, you see there's a lot of traffic in front of you. There is, what are they called? EMS? Yeah, there's an EMS, a couple of cars. You see somebody being wheeled out on a gurney. But if you want to go this way, it's like way too crowded.
Ren slams on the acceleration, does a 180,
Okay.
and then goes the other way.
Okay, so you peel out all the people that are already panicking, turn around and see this black SUV spinning out and then booking it down the other way.
so.
Boy, what's next?
You want to be a little more inconspicuous there, but.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Also, if you could stop throwing us around, that'd be
The
fantastic.
side of the SUV.
I'm sorry. We're trying to escape from a situation. Sorry for being the best driver ever.
Why did we let
Guys, what are we gonna do?
Well, I'm about to throw Ren out of the car.
Yes, I
Yeah,
understand
you can't do
That's
that
a daily
with
occurrence.
one arm.
What are we gonna do about the disappearing madmen?
I think we need to go assess our. Oh, that was very American. I think we need to go assess our wounds and maybe talk to Javi or Linda or somebody and.
The Wolfman is the
Rebound.
least of our problems.
Yeah, you guys are pretty messed up.
How did everything get so screwed up? We were there to help. What happened? I don't understand what went wrong.
Did they see? Y'all saw who threw us off the roof, right?
They were up there.
Yes, but also with Pit Panel getting shot.
Oh yeah.
When me and Bill went up to the high rise, the Wolfman was there. He had some kind of gun, and clearly we just couldn't see this coming. We did everything that we could, but it just still wasn't enough.
Faye hits punches the side of the SUV. We're missing something here, guys. What are we missing?
Esther's just looking at the coin in her hand.
And I described it last episode, but it is an ancient looking coin. I mean, it's not like something that was minted in a city or in the United States or in current day. It is an ancient coin. You do not recognize any of the symbols on it or anything like that, or any of the words or language. Really, you can't even tell what language it's written in.
I'm going to say, as we're driving, Ren grabs his phone and dials Deja, since obviously we're not going to a hospital.
Ren? No, I mean, Mr. Pascal? Is everything okay?
Deja, I am in a moment of need, and I really need you to help me out with something completely...
Gosh.
Oh, gosh.
What? Are you at the office? Is that where you...
Yes, I need you to go to the office, but before you go to the office, I need you to go to the pharmacy and just grab a couple first aid things. Oh my gosh.
What? Okay, I'll meet you at the office.
She thinks you're
First aid
stuff.
So do you have her on speakerphone like we can all hear this?
No.
Okay.
After I did that, I was like, this is 100% a booty call.
Are you still on the phone with me?
No, I'm just saying.
That did not sound good.
Where are we going?
To my office.
What's wrong with my apartment?
My office is much bigger than your apartment.
Oh, roasting your lifestyle.
Deja also doesn't know where your apartment is.
Well, I don't understand why Deja's involved at all.
Well, and we can't go to your apartment because all these people are going to see us completely messed up.
Who? What people?
Your neighbors?
We got rid of those a long time ago.
They're all empty apartments.
Rin, as you are making your way to your office, go ahead and roll a change the game to create a story tag for whatever Deja manages to find.
Condoms and first aid.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think in your Pascal and Associates, don't you have like something that represents Deja and
Number one in Blade.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll it. Oh my gosh.
Dynamite.
So yeah, change the game on the dynamite. I think you get a minimum of 3 juice.
Hey, got him.
So she gets
Go ahead and figure out what you want to spend your juice on.
She gets a surgeon. It's a medical grade operating table.
Damn, Deja. She is.
Damn, listen.
Damn, Leslie. No Parks and Recreation reference for you.
Damn,
okay.
Gina.
So while Rin is getting all that worked out, what are the 3 of you talking about?
I don't know what we're missing. Like, what's odd is he had a clear shot, and he didn't kill him. Right? What? He didn't get interrupted, did he? The wolf. He took the shot.
Yeah, he took the shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very odd to me that he took the shot, and it wasn't lethal. I mean, it could be poor marksmanship, but that thing seems like it was built to kill. So that strikes me as odd. I don't know. He could have wanted a distraction. He could have been going for the kill and missed. I'm just really not sure.
And we're sure that was the person who shot?
I mean, we'd be able to extrapolate from the angle, right, where he was.
Yeah, you looked directly where the bullet had come from,
And that's where he was.
and you saw the like.
And then when
glint
we
of
went
the
up
scope.
there, he was packing up his.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're pretty positive he was the shooter.
He didn't say anything, right? Like, he couldn't talk?
He did not say a word to y'all.
Okay.
He couldn't even be tortured or threatened. He was just.
Yeah. And then he went with them? We can assume, because there's no one left on the roof?
Yeah, there was nobody left.
Didn't he teleport out like that last time? Whenever he blew up that bright flash and teleported. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Jimmy the Butcher. We have no idea how he fits in. We have the whole Mr. Smalls thing and Len, that doesn't make any sense. We have Wolfman and a portal and someone trying to kill Pip Hamill and the mob and whatever the heck Esther has been obsessing about and not talking to us about for the last 15 minutes.
I just hold out my hand with the coin. I don't know what it is.
Where did it come from?
Carmine gave it to me.
Do any of us recognize the language?
None of you recognize the language.
Ren, what's going on back there?
Looking in the rearview mirror. What are you holding in your hand?
Rin, can you reset? Well, do you want
No, I'm driving.
I know, I
can't research.
realized.
What was that? What'd you say, Faye? Can't hear you, I'm driving.
That's not how that works. Alright, when we get to your business, we're going to need you to research something.
We should have him scan it too to make sure there's no like tracker or anything on it.
Oh, that's very good call.
I'm learning this game, people. I'm just a 3rd grade teacher.
Rin, scan it. You can scan while driving.
Scanning.
Okay. What are you wanting to figure out?
Are you actually going to scan it while you're driving?
Okay.
I'm just
Also,
mocking.
Esther's not actually going to hand
He's
it
got
to
robot
anybody.
brains.
That's fair.
His eyes are machines.
Yeah, but I'm not going to reach up to where he could grab it out of my hand.
No. Is it like the ring?
Ren's driving with one hand and just throwing his hand around.
Give it to me! Just hand it to me!
Esther slaps his hand.
Alright, I guess we'll wait till we're finished driving then.
Okay.
How far are we?
Do you want to transition to... Okay.
Screech.
So,
No,
you-
I want to roleplay the entire 15-minute drive.
Oh, it's going to be more
In
than
actual time.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So you pull up in front of Pascal and Associates. Deja is not here. The lights are all off and everything.
There are rose petals leading to the front door.
No rose petals. No subtle candlelight cutting out the darkness behind the windows. Nope, none of that.
Did you were the lights all off and stuff? Is this normally how your business looks at this time?
Yes. That's typically how it looks at night when no one's in the office.
I'm just saying. Like I just
I don't know how you run your business, but this is how I run my
I'm
business.
saying that I want to be sure that nobody's in there waiting for us.
No, I've got an alarm system.
Okay, alarm
Yeah,
systems
because
probably don't
that's
work with
always stopped
teleporting
everybody.
magicians.
Okay. I'm the one helping you guys, and I just...
Do you have like? Oh my gosh!
Okay, so he opens the door, goes inside. Do you turn on the light?
Exactly. We all wait in the car to wait and see if he's going to blow up.
Just behind my television.
We're not moving fast anyway, so.
So, Rin, you open the door, you walk in. What do you do?
I turn off the alarm, and I go to my office.
In the dark.
I mean, do you turn on the lights?
Well, yeah, I guess I turn on the lights.
Okay, so you turn on the
I
lights.
turn on the candle lights.
No. So
But
you
it's
turn
on
on
accident.
you turn on the lights. Nobody's in here. It is just like it is whenever you close.
Cool.
I was hoping you would do a thing where like you flip the lights back on and off again, like oh no. Okay, you flip it on. You walk to your office, open it up, flip it on. Nobody's in there. And about the time that you have done your inspection, the rest of your crew kind of hobbles in from the front door.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're kind of beat up too, right?
Yeah, I'm using my gun as a crutch.
That's right. That's right.
You're less though, or no? Are you 3?
Yeah, I'm at a 3.
Oh, y'all are all pretty wrecked.
I'm
I mean, this
bashed
is
in
not
the-
new for me, so
That's true.
it's fine.
While we're waiting on Deja, can you check out Esther's coin and see if you can dig up some info on it?
Yeah, she'll give it to me and I'll
She doesn't-
slap my hand away
She
again.
doesn't have to give it to you, just look at it.
Yeah, you can just look at it.
I'll look at it.
Say made in China.
Okay. Go ahead and roll what what tags you're going to add to your investigator.
I'm gonna say high-tech laptop because I'm gonna scan it with my scanner vision, and that's just gonna automatically
Okay. So
connect
scanner
to my
vision. Okay.
laptop.
Okay.
So I think that's it, really. Scanner vision, high-tech laptop.
Okay.
Nothing else, really. Unless Bill has an idea.
I'm just reading stuff.
I wouldn't say high-top laptop.
High tech.
Golly, high-tech laptop. Do you still have the wireless hub or information?
No, that was on the last one.
Okay. I think
What is technopathy?
he can interface with machines. Like,
I think he's
With his
doing
brain.
that with his laptop. If he's sending it from his scanner to his laptop, he's like, that's what he's.
I'm assuming he's scanning it and then like uploading it into the computer to like.
okay, like using like some sort of connection with his computer, like draw. So deposit the information, then draw it back to himself. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. So
Okay.
+2.
7.
7. You get. Is it 2 clues? Yeah. You get 2 clues. What do you want to ask about this coin?
They're gonna be fuzzy and half true, so be really specific.
No metagaming.
Maybe like its origin.
Yeah, I was thinking origin, where it's from.
And
Yeah.
if it's like tapped somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
He can find that out though with the
separately?
scanner, with it because he scans for all technology. I think.
Okay.
Well, he was doing.
But
that
is that
before.
something that he has to ask right now,
No,
or does
this
he
is
roll
just
separately for
that
that?
would be separate.
Okay.
What about the language? I feel like we could figure out the language because there's language on it, right? It says something.
Get closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the
so-
origin and what it says.
Yeah. So where is it from, and the origin of it, and what does it say on the coin?
language. That was the language.
Or what's the language on the coin?
You pull it up. You see, from your point of view, again, we see like all these different alphabet letters of all these different languages, like Sanskrit, Japanese, Chinese, English, Spanish is the same one. But all of these letters are appearing around the coin, trying to match what the coin is, and it pulls up as some dialect of a Middle Eastern language, probably Arabic. But it doesn't give you anything more specific than that. It's just some dialect of Arabic.
So is that telling us where it's from?
That was what language is written in.
Mm-hmm.
We were wondering what it actually said. That was the question.
We could.
No, the question was the language.
Yeah.
Because then
Because if
once,
he gives us, if he
So then, are we asking the origin? Because
yeah,
yeah, that'd be the second question. Because if we asked him what it says, he could give us a fuzzy half truth. But if we ask him the language, we can look it up. Like, sorry.
oh, are we metagaming?
Yes. What is your second question?
What's the origin?
Okay, the origin.
Yeah, where's it from?
I mean, I'm not going to make you spin a clue on this because I kind of already answered
Yeah,
it.
because you kind of.
But it's from the Middle East.
but
Arab.
that's why I was saying.
So what else can we do?
No, you're right, Carrie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What else would you want to find out then? Because we 2 birds with 1 stone. We 2 birds with 1 stone.
I was thinking, like, what significance does it have now?
We can do the tracker thing too as part of this rolling thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. The tracker thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I thought that was a part
Yeah.
of this role anyway. So.
Okay, so
Is there any like newer age stuff tracker?
as far as you can tell, there is no sort of technology in this coin. It is just that. A simple, old, metal coin.
Cool.
Is it gold? Is it gold, copper, zinc, vibranium?
You'd have to spend a third clue
Vibranium.
on that to figure out that it is the one vibranium coin in this realm. Hold on, let me look up something real quick.
I feel like Bill knows what gold looks like.
You're the least trusting players of all time.
The what?
Least trusting players.
Yeah.
But when you say Arabic, what do you mean?
It means Arabic.
Does it look Arabic or is it Arabic?
It's the energy that it's emitting. Arabic. Do I feel good energy about it? Is it dateable?
Like dateable as in taking it on a date?
That's what I was thinking.
Hello, Corey. Welcome.
I was referencing to The Bachelor.
Okay.
Bachelorette.
Okay, that's fine.
Bachelorette.
What
Bachelorette.
Bachelor. Oh, crap.
Please inform me, Faye. How do I say it?
Bachelorette.
Thank you, Carrie.
what did that guy say?
Bachelorette.
Professionality?
Professionality.
Okay, let's focus.
So,
So, Zach, that is the information you get.
Cool.
All pulls up on your visor.
All right, team. I figured out what the coin is.
And
Oh, do you want to know? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I can barely see straight right now. If you could just give me the answers that I'm looking for here, that would be great.
Do you have anything to say, Faye?
I'll fight you.
Where are you standing right now? Like, with Esther? Like,
I am at least mid-range. I'm near my office, away from punching range.
are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I was holding the coin that you were looking at. So I'm going to reach over and slap you.
And I'm going to use my react before it happens.
Nope.
I'm the only one that has that.
So the coin is... the language is some kind of like dialect of Arabic, and it looks Middle Eastern, and that's about all I know. There's no tracker on it, though, so...
So about this time, as Rin gives this information, you hear the ding, 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 ding of the front door, and you see Deja rush through carrying 2 grocery bags in each hand, bursting through the door. You hear the clack, clack, clack of these heels, and she has like a bathrobe on, and it's thrown open, and so you see this silk outfit wrapped around her frame. And so she runs in and she says, I'm here. And then she sees like all 4 of you. And she very nervously and very hastily, but without letting go of the bags, tries to like put her robe back around her. She is very dark skinned.
What time is it?
It's like after midnight. It's very dark. She is very dark skinned, but you can tell she is blushing.
Honey, just drop the bags and cover up. Deja, sweetie, it's okay. It's okay.
She drops them. And these different first aid kits and ibuprofen and different things like spill out of the bags. And she wraps herself, like arms to her shoulder blades, and wraps the outfit around her. She says, good evening.
Bill's just like holding his hat down over his eyes. Just...
Bill, if you could help us get this stuff out of the bag, I think that Ren and Deja have some talking to do outside of the office. Somewhere else.
Oh,
All right,
I don't think to talk. I'm just here to help.
Yeah, we get that you're not here to talk.
Esther!
I have no filter. My shoulder was just dislocated. What do you want from me?
Your shoulder was...
You just...
Deja, we've got some injuries. If you're willing to help, we would love your help.
But you're gonna have to put clothes on.
She doesn't have...
She's got a bathrobe.
Oh
my God, we're talking about this. Why was she standing right there?
I'll help however I can. But you see her, she picks up the bags, but you see her like reach into one bag and grab something in her fist and like wedge it into the pocket of her coat. She says, I'll help. And then she brings what is left in the bags to you two.
Which two?
I said you two, but I meant you 4.
Okay.
Deja,
So, go ahead.
Deja, go help Faye.
Okay. She looks at the 2 girls. I'm sorry, which one of you are Faye?
It's me.
She's the nice one.
Esther's very nice too. She's just in a lot of pain right now.
Bite me.
She goes over to you. Rin, what did you roll for that change the game earlier to make the supplies?
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Rolled a 12.
And then what did you spend your juice on?
I named the story tag Deja, in quotes, the surgeon.
Okay. And
That
how
could go
many?
either way.
So how many?
Hey, it's just an in out kind of like quick
Stop,
thing.
stop, stop, stop.
Like,
So-
in out of, like, fixing
We're
a
trying
shoulder.
to see who can make the other one more comfortable, and so far I think I'm winning.
So you have one story tag. Is that a story tag of 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So then I guess you all have different supplies and things, but mechanically, so narratively, you will all get bandaged up and things like that. But mechanically, I guess since you named it Deja the surgeon, whoever Deja works on will get 3 removed from their status.
Mm-hmm.
Could she work on multiple people?
And just remove one from each, or is that not how it works?
Sure, I'll say that. I'll say that you can divide it up. So
Yeah.
instead of 3, it would be steps of 1. So working with all 4 of you, you all get wrapped up with the supplies that she brought. Step it down by 1, not 1 tick, 1 full number. So I think everybody's at 2 now, except for Bill. What are you at, Bill? 0. Damn,
There you go, Bill.
so tough.
I just got really
Well-
lucky in the last round.
There, okay, but wait a minute, because there's only 3. So is she working on Bill?
What I was going to say is narratively, she doesn't need to work on me. Narratively,
I don't know what she's gonna do for me.
well, what he rolled makes her just good with first aid. Like maybe she used to be a nurse, like something like that. And then I'm just going to help her.
Okay.
Do
Also,
whatever she has to do.
question. Bill, like, relocated, I don't know what the words are, because I've never actually dislocated my shoulder, but
Just
put my
popped it
shoulder back into place. So did that affect my tag at all?
No.
Okay. I'm just making...
That was just good role playing. I
Okay.
like it.
Thanks.
All right, so Deja works on the 3 of you. You all step your injuries down by 1. Bill also helps. It takes about an hour. So it's like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock at night. In the morning, sure.
Ren, do you have a way for us to just crash here?
I mean, didn't we crash enough?
Okay.
Hey,
You
How
have a
did that
cot.
become a... Thank you, Bill.
I have 1 cot and several blankets and a couple candlelights.
Why do you have several blankets? Okay, I want. Just give me a blanket, please.
Esther's, like, already passed out on the floor somewhere.
And here is a roll of paper towels for a pillow.
Faye creates a cot out of vines.
Of course she does.
Nice.
Okay, so there is
I
a
go
cot.
sleep in the backseat.
You could create a
Oh, there you
hammock
go.
for yourself out of your tattoos.
I'd have to be concentrating to keep.
Right.
As soon as I fall asleep, I fall asleep. It's a vicious cycle.
So you crash here for the night?
Before I go to bed, it's like everybody's getting ready.
Where does Stacia go?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go over to Ren. I don't know if Deja's still there, so this is gonna be real awkward. But Faye's gonna go over to Ren and put her hand on his arm and say, Ren, I know you're really stressed out, but we really need you to be our teammate. And right now, you're just being so mean, and it's hurting our feelings.
I guess I could be more of a teammate, Faye. He cracks a smirk.
You're the West, but okay. And she, like, taps his metal head. And they
So
slip.
before you tap his metal head, we pan away from that shot, like, down the room, and we see Deja, like, standing by the door, and she sees you with your hand on Ren smirking, doesn't hear the conversation, just sees you talking quietly to each other, and she will very quietly open the door without even jingling the bell and just kind of slip out into the night.
What have you done?
And by the time everybody's like, where's Deja? She's gone. End of episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Mistconceptions. We will be back with our next episode on July 16th. If you like the show, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter, get little updates about the show, behind the scenes information about the show, and, just chat with us as one does on social media. City of Mist is an RPG created by Son of Oak. You can find more of their products at sonofoak.com, and if you want the gorgeous core rulebook for yourself, well, why wouldn't you? But you can use our discount code, MistConceptionsFan, all one word, all lowercase, to get $5 off your purchase. The music you heard at the beginning, and we'll hear here in a little bit, was composed by the very talented Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. That's all we have for this episode of Misconceptions. We only have 2 episodes left of Season 1. Are you excited? I know I am. Keep it nerdy, y'all.